Our 2024 WWE Royal Rumble coverage brought to you by Hotel Haya, uniquely Ybor. For more, visit hotelhaya.com. As we continue our Royal Rumble coverage, we're not even going to say nothing. For about 5 seconds, we need to look at the screen because this is two meaty men in the building.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, the glasses, the look, everything.
Thank you.
You look stupendous. But on a serious note, are you ready to be a dad, dude?
Yes and no.
The perfect answer.
Yeah. I feel like it's something I've wanted for a long time, but you can't really prepare for these things. Me and my wife is prepared as much as possible. The baby's due in 4 weeks, so it's coming really soon. And hopefully once she's here, I'll be quite the dad.
Obviously, you're traveling a lot, which makes things extremely difficult. But have you tried your best to go to the class? Are you guys doing the classes and all that stuff?
We haven't done many of the classes, but we do have what is called a doula, and she's been coaching us through things. So that's what I've been paying attention, watching a lot of videos on YouTube, doing all those things, and hopefully being as much of a supportive husband as I can be while spending half my time on the road as well.
Shout out to you two for making this even possible. And by the way, your doula is going to come in the clutch in about a month. You'll understand, and we'll talk about it later. Yes. And congratulations, by the way, to the entire family. It's amazing. Let's get to the ring, man, and let's get a little spicy. Before you came back to WWE, you got to participate in the G1 tournament, which is incredible. Some would say you had a surprise win against a man in Okada that is now a free agent. Yes. You kind of hinted at some things on social media. I want to ask you, do you want to see him in the WWE?
100%. You know, I'm not sure what he is doing or where he is going, but those two matches I had with Okada in New Japan Pro Wrestling are two of my favorites I've had in my career. You know, you never know how good someone is until you're actually in the ring with them. And I heard for years and years, Okada's one of the best in the world, one of the best in the world. And I watched him and I was like, he is incredible. But until I was actually in the ring with him, I didn't realize. And I do think he is one of the best in the world, and I hope we hear the coin drop and him be a part of WWE.
There it is. There's the pitch. Send a text. Do what you need to do for the universe. Look, I want to ask you, last year I was lucky enough to go back to Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican. I haven't been to the island much, so to go there was like a crazy experience. And I got to talk to Grayson Waller a couple weeks ago about Elimination Chamber and getting to go back to the country. And you went through the independence. You are a system. You are a product of that country. Can you put into words what it's going to mean to you when Elimination Chamber's there in February?
It's hard to put into words, but I feel like it's almost a full circle sort of moment. You know, I did spend years and years grinding on the independent scene, but also I wanted to always bring attention to Australian wrestling. I said I feel like it's a bit of a forgotten nation when it comes to pro wrestling. People always, you know, talk about USA, Canada, Mexico, Japan, these places. But Australia has a rich history in wrestling for over 100 years. It was big time in the 60s, 70s, 80s on television. And now I feel like there's a resurgence because you see people like myself, Rhea Ripley, Grayson Waller, and hopefully more and more talent to be on the big stage.
Rhea was at your indie shows, right? Like in the crowd?
Yeah. So when I was doing indie shows, she was a teenager, and she would come watch, and I remember she was a big fan, and then after a few years, she starts growing up, she joins, she starts training, and I remember saying, that girl's going to be famous. I was like, she's going to become something, and look, she's done everything in WWE already.
She has, but you have the thing that you can always call her, you're just a wrestling dork. At your core, you're just a wrestling nerd. All right, let's close.
Just my fan at the end of the day.
Let's close this out. Earlier this week, the Netflix Monday Night Raw deal was announced, all right? $5 billion, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
So hypothetically, I'm going to give you a little bit of that $5 billion to make any sort of movie, you starring in it. You can pick whoever you want to be the co-star. What movie are you making?
You know what? I'm going to make a live-action film about Genghis Khan, and I'm playing Genghis Khan. And it's going to be on Netflix, and it'll get lots and lots of views.
There it is. Bronson Reed, thank you so much for the time.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I didn't even bring up meaty men. Let's take this picture.